How to Win Friends and Influence People, in short, by Dale Carnegie. Welcome to Skyscape. Fundamental techniques in handling people. Number 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. If you want to gather the honey, don't kick over the beehive. Instead of condemning people, let's try to understand them. As much as we thirst for approval, we dread condemnation. Criticizing others might make us feel better, but as Confucius said, don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. So the advice is, don't criticize others on their actions when you are doing the exact same thing. Look at yourself first instead of looking at others. Instead, let's try to figure out what they do want. That's a lot more profitable and intriguing than criticism. And as well, it breeds sympathy, tolerance, and kindness. To know all is to forgive all. We are all like that, blaming others but themselves. Human nature in action. So when you and I attempted to criticize someone, tomorrow let's remember Al Capone, Tuburn, Crowley, and Alberts, all notorious prisoners who didn't blame themselves but others, and saw no fault when hurting or showering innocent people with bullets. Let's realize that criticism are like homing pigeons. They always return home. You can see this as what people believe to be karma. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. Or what goes around comes around. Let's remember that the person we are going to correct or condemn will probably justify himself or herself and condemn us in return. When dealing with people, let us remember we are not dealing with creatures of logic. We are dealing with creatures of emotion. Creatures bristling with prejudices and motivated by pride and vanity. As Lincoln said, judge not, that you be not judged. Do not criticize, as it is a never-ending circle of critic. Rather, say nothing or compliment other parts sincerely. Benjamin Franklin was a tactless in his youth, but became so diplomatic, so adroit at handling people, that he was made American ambassador in France. The secret to his success, you may ask? Well, he said, I will speak no ill of no man, and speak all the good I can know about anybody. Any fool can criticize, condemn, or complain, and most fools do, but it takes character, self-control to be understanding and forgiving. A great man shows his greatness by showing the way he treats the little man. Part 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. The big secret of dealing with people. What do you want? Not many things, but a few things you do wish, you crave with an insistence that will not be denied. Some of the things most people will include are health, preservation of life, food, sleep, money and things money will buy, life in the hereafter, sexual gratification, the well-being of our children, and the feeling of importance. Almost all of these wants are usually gratified, but there is one longing almost as deep, almost as imperious as the desire for food and sleep. This is what Freud calls the desire to be great, and it is what Dr. Dewey calls the desire to be important. Be generous with praise. Lincoln once began his letter saying, everyone likes a compliment. William James said, the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. He didn't speak, mind you, of the wish or the desire or the longing to be appreciated. He said the craving to be appreciated. Here is a gnawing and unfaltering human hunger, and the rare individual who honestly satisfies this heart's hunger will hold people in the palm of his or her hand. And even the undertaker will be sorry when he or she dies. Sigmund Freud said that everything you do springs from two motives: the sex urge and the desire to be great. John Dewey, one of America's most profound philosophers, phrased it a bit differently. Dr. Dewey said, the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important. The desire for feeling of importance is one of the chief distinguishing differences between mankind and animals. I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among my people, said Charles Schwab, one of the first people in American business to be paid a salary of over $1 million a year. This in time when earning $50 a week at that time was considered being well off. Schwab said, the greatest asset I possess and the way to develop the best that is in a person is by appreciation and encouragement. There is nothing else that so kills the ambitions of a person as criticism from superiors. I never criticize anyone. I believe in giving a person incentive to work, so I am anxious to praise but loath to find fault. Charles Schwab declared, I have yet to find a person, however great or exalted his station, who did not do better work and put forth greater effort under a spirit of approval than he would ever do under a spirit of criticism. Forget flattery. Give honest, sincere appreciation. Be hearty in your appropriation and lavish in your praise, and people will cherish your words and treasure them and repeat them over a lifetime, and repeat them years after you have forgotten them. Every man I meet is my superior in some way. In that I learn of him, said Emerson. If that was true for Emerson, isn't it likely to be 1,000 times more true for you and for me? Let's cease thinking of our accomplishments, our wants. Let's try to figure out the other good points. Forget flattery, but give honest and sincere appreciation. That, he said, was one of the outstanding reasons for the phenomenal success of Andrew Carnegie. Carnegie praised his associated publicly as well as privately. Carnegie wanted to praise his assistants even on his tombstone. He wrote an epitaph for himself which read, Here lies one who knew how to get around him men who were cleverer than himself. Sincere was one of the secrets of the first John D. Rockefeller's success in handling men. When one of his partners, Edward T. Bedford, lost $1 million for the firm by a bad buy in South America, he might have criticized, but he knew Bedford had done his best, and the incident was closed. So Rockefeller found something to praise and congratulated Bedford because he had been able to save 60% of the money he had invested. That's splendid. We don't always do as well as that upstairs, said Rockefeller. Arouse in the other person an eager want. He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. The only way on earth to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. Remember tomorrow when you're trying to get somebody to do something. If, for example, you don't want your children to smoke, don't preach at them and don't talk about what you want, but show them that cigarettes may keep them from making the basketball team or winning the 100-yard dash. Tomorrow you may want to persuade somebody to do something. Before you speak, pause and ask yourself, how can I make this person want to do it? Henry Ford once said, if there is anyone's secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from the person's angle as well as from your own. It looks so simple, so obvious, yet 90% of the people on this earth ignore it 90% of the time. Talk about how you can help another person, group, or company instead of talking about helping your own problems. Then they are more inclined to help you with your problems. Writing a letter and describing how big and mighty your company is will never persuade another company to help you. You belittle them and quite frankly insult them. Instead, lend a helping hand, show them how you can help them, and see the difference it makes in the attitude of the other company that is suddenly now willing to help you, describes Carnegie in the letters. Be enthusiastic about something that you're willing to do for others and have others do. Your enthusiasm will spark it in others. Show with pep and smile how it will help others, and in that way how they want to do what you want. Professor Overstreet's wise advice: first rouse in the other person an eager want. He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely road. Make the other feel important and don't belittle him. Give the person a feeling of superiority, and they are more willing to work with what you would like them to do. Have others achieve a feeling of importance. William Winter once remarked, self-expression is the dominant necessity of human nature. Carnegie says then, so why can't we adapt this same psychology to business dealings? When we have a brilliant idea, instead of making others thinking it is ours, why not let them cook and stir themselves? They'll regard it as their own. They will like it and maybe even eat a couple helpings of it.